Jeszcze się nada.
Nadanie, odebranie, impost.
So, Barbara, I'm from Poland, so you won't be surprised if I ask you about Iga.
Yeah.
They say it's easier to climb the mountain, to climb to the top than to stay on the top. But Iga is doing fine. She's been #1 for over a year. What makes her such a consistent player at such a young age?
I find it phenomenal because remember how she got to the world #1 ranking last year? It was because Ash Barty retired, and I was thinking, wow, how is she going to handle this? You know, how is she going to cope with all that? Because it's a lot of pressure. But she has done extremely well, especially last year. I mean, she had this unbelievable winning streak, and also this year, I think, even though you know, she didn't win the Australian Open, I think she had a tremendous year. She only lost 5 matches so far. I think she won I don't know, 27 matches, and she's had, you know, a couple of injuries, a couple of niggles, and I think, not that I would know of, but I can imagine, you know, it's easier to climb to the world #1 ranking, but then to remotivate yourself, to stay up there, to always be the one who is basically haunted and followed and chased. Must be unbelievable pressure, and for her young age, she's dealing with that extremely well. I think she's a person, the way I know her, she's thinking a lot, you know, about what she wants to achieve, how she should present herself on the court, how she should think, where she has a big advantage over a lot of or most other players, because at that young age, she's really very you know, thoughtful in the way she is, and she tries to become a better player, not just on the court, the way she's hitting the ball, but also mentally. And I think she has addressed that at a very young age. Obviously, also maybe because she, you know, didn't have a lot of self-confidence before, had some issues. And I think she's doing extremely well. And I feel like now she's starting to peak again. She loves playing at the French Open. That's where she had her first big success. So I can't wait to see her there. And to me, she's actually going in as a favorite.
Since Roland Garros 2020, she lost only four matches on clay. But the last one was to Aryna Sabalenka in Madrid, her main opponent. Was it more about conditions in Madrid, or Aryna could be a real threat for Iga in Paris?
Aryna Sabalenka is a very dangerous player. First of all, now she's full of confidence. She believes in that she can beat Iga. She's playing very aggressive. I think if you want to beat Iga, you have to kind of try and hit her off the court, play very fast and with a lot of power, with very good serves. I do think that Madrid would have suited Aryna a lot more, because we all know the altitude there, the conditions are a lot different than at the French Open, and it wouldn't surprise me. You know, the French Open, it can be so slow and cold, and it's not going to be hot. It's not going to be the same as in Madrid, and I think that really favored Aryna Sabalenka. She is the biggest threat to Iga. I agree with that, but I don't think at the French Open.
Yeah, the rivalry between Świątek and Sabalenka is getting more and more exciting, and I think that debut has needed such a big personality clashes for a long time. Could it be a big rivalry similar to this in men's tennis between Djokovic and Nadal, Federer, for a long time?
I mean, we still have a long way to go to get it to become a rivalry like that, because I mean, that's been going on for, I don't know, 15 years or longer. But it's nice to see in women's tennis there is some sort of development towards a rivalry between Aryna and Iga, and you know, it's nice to see also that it's quite, you know, that Aryna is able to beat her. Iga, she always has to be on her toes. They have different game styles, somehow different way they present themselves on the court. Yeah, but I think that's also good for women's tennis, you know, to have a rivalry like that again. And I mean, it'll be interesting to see how Iga bounces back now after that loss in Rome, where she said she was exhausted. She was really tired. I think her game style requires that she's, you know, she's really full of energy. The batteries are full as well, because she's playing with so much power, and she needs that also, I think, to have that balance in her head, where she's calm out there. So that'll be interesting to see how she will bounce back. She has enough time. I don't think she's going to play anything before any other event. But yeah, I mean, this could certainly be a pretty good rivalry between the two of them.
Yeah, Iga says the whole tour is moving forward and playing better and better every year. So she needs to catch up, and also is moving forward and improving. What changes have you noticed in her tennis recently, main changes?
Well, I think a lot of times she has to really force herself to be even more aggressive. Sometimes she has a tendency maybe to pull back a little bit. And I think physically she's unbelievable fit. She's quick, you know, she's certainly the fittest player out there, I would think, or one of them anyway. And she's constantly working mentally. I think when you number one in the world, that's one of the most important things as well, to just keep that motivation level up, to set yourself new goals. I think she's doing a great job there as well. Never underestimate the mental part. And yeah, tennis wise, I mean, you've seen it for so many years, you know, with Federer, with Nadal, with Djokovic, with Serena Williams. You can't sit still. You always have to improve yourself. And she's doing that. And that's the little tiny things, you know, maybe 1% of her forehand. She's hitting it more precise. She's hitting it harder, or the backhand, or coming to the net just a little bit more. So she's very aware of that. And I think that's what she's doing well, continuously becoming a more complete player, and she never wants to sit still. And she's a perfectionist. We know that she wants to do everything right, and those are nuances, you know, small little things. She's getting better, which makes a big difference, I think.
Nadanie, odebranie, InPost.